Okay, hello everyone. So today i-continue taning at terrestrial plants. So yesterday or in the previous video that we had, no, so we discussed about the terrestrial plants, and we know that terrestrial plants, no, they live on land, and then terrestrial plants they need soil, no, soil for them to grow, where they extract the nutrients, and they need water too, no. So okay, terrestrial plants are also present in natural habitats such as forest, grassland, wetland, and desert. Okay, so yesterday, we have also discussed the features of terrestrial plants, no. So terrestrial plants can either have soft stems or a big trunk. Okay, and then we discuss of some of the examples of terrestrial plants like trees, no. Ang trees, dako siya, woody stems siya, and then nasa trunk, and then also nasa secondary branches, and then nasa bark, no, a protective layer found in the trunk. Then also, no, makita po nato that most of the trees are found in the forest and mountains, no. So there are different trees that we can found sa mga mountains, sa mga forest, and then also another type of terrestrial plant that we discuss is smaller uh, terrestrial plant, no, like shrubs, no, no, nga smaller trunk, no, called shrub, no. So and then herbs are non-woody plants. So kana siya, no, non-woody tong herbs, where they are smaller, and where we can culture, no, pwede nato sila padakuon sa ato ang mga sa likod, no, sa mga pot, no. Kung naka sa apartment, no, very apartment, then gusto ka magtanom, and then a very very kuaning herbs, no. So kini siya pinakanindot nga itanom, no, sa mga pots kung naka sa apartment, kung dili kay dako imong space. Okay, vines, no. So we know that vines are that twirl on solid surface are called vines. So kini mga vines, no, like calabash or upo, squash, grape. So kinahanglan nila og mga wood, no, nga kung dito sila mo katay. Okay? So nakakita naman siguro tag mga calabash, no, or upo, no, plantation of calabash, no. And then also kini mga other, no, nga mga mukatay. Okay, so diri na ta sa grasses, no. So grasses are also non-woody plants and have hollow stems enclosed in the lower part of the leaf, forming a leaf snet, no. So nakita naman siguro tag grasses siguro, no, sa mga field. Okay, so non-woody na sila. Unlike other plants, grasses start their growth at the base or near the soil. This allows faster growth even if destroyed by fire or grazing animals. Its root system are larger, which allows food storage. It helps grasses to grow even if the leaves are removed. Grasses are very abundant and can be found in almost all terrestrial habitats. So very abundant, kining mga grasses, no, are very abundant. So then they could grow faster, no. So mas paspas ang ilang pagtubo bisan pag magihan sila og sunog, bisan pa og kanang usahay kanang, di ba, ginalampasan na sila, but still, no. So paspas ang ilahang pagtubo. Okay, so buffalo grass, carabao grass, wheatgrass, and cogon grass are some examples, no. So kanang mga buffalo grass, no, carabao grass, no, those are examples. So mostly ginabutang ni sa mga field, no. Ginagamit siya sa mga field, no. Okay, yung succulent plants, no, plants in the desert have modified their leaves into spines. So ngano man gimo ngano naman sila spines. So what's the purpose of spines, no? It functions for protections against predators and prevents water loss. The plant's pigments are located on the stem. These plants are referred to as the succulent plants that are normally distributed in desert. So sa mga deserto, ato ni sila makitaan nga mga plants, no. They produce food and store water in their stems, which make them fleshly. Since the desert is very hot during the day, they open the stomata during the night to get carbon dioxide. This also helps the plant to prevent water loss during the day. The most common example of succulent plant is cactus, no. So we can find cactus sa mga deserto, no. So mao na sila, no, ang kining mga cactus, no, they can produce food and store water in their system, no, na makasurvive sila sa desert nga grabe ka init kayo nga nga grabe ka init, then ang yuta, no, grabe pud ka ugapod. Okay, mangroves. Okay, mangroves are specialized terrestrial plants that live in swampy areas in coastlines with marshy or sticky soil. So we have also mangroves here in Butuan City. So nadiha sa mangroves areas diri sa Masaw, no? So Ambago going to Masaw na yung mga mangroves po diha. The soil in these areas has little oxygen and fewer nutrients. No, breathing roots of plants that live in this area help them store oxygen from the atmosphere. Moreover, water in wetlands is high in salt content. The leaves of plants in this area limit water loss by restricting stomata opening. No? In addition, the leaves can also change position to avoid too much exposure to sunlight. So mao po na siya ang mga mangroves, no. So kini mga mangrove specialized terrestrial plants nga gapuyo dito sa swampy areas, no, sa mga in coastlines, no, kung asa sticky soil. So believe pud kining pong mga nindot pud ning tanong po ng mga mangroves po, no, where they serve as a habitat for mga species nga magpuyo diha, no. So next, no, common habitats of terrestrial plants, no. So unsa may mga common habitats sa mga terrestrial plants, no. Una, mountains. Mountains provide good condition for terrestrial plants to grow as it gives proper exposure to sunlight because of high altitude. So in addition, mountain soil contains a lot of nutrients needed by the terrestrial plants to grow properly. The Philippines has plenty of tropical mountain rainforests distributed in Luzon and Mindanao. So mountains, no, it is a very good place for the terrestrial plants. So kung nakaadto mo mga mountains, dagko kayo ang mga trees dito, daghan halos malulusog or himsog ang mga tanom nga naa dito, where ang yuta pod can provide the nutrients that a plant nga that a plant needs to grow, no. So na diha. Okay, sa Philippines, no, there are a lot of mountains there with different with different plants nga puyo, no, with different labi na mga trees, no, daghan trees dagko. Okay, we have also the grasslands, no, nga habitat po sa mga kining terrestrial plants. So grasslands are plain regions where vegetation is predominantly covered with grasses. Grasslands provides a conducive environment for the growth of grasses but not to that of trees and shrubs. So dili capable or dili suitable ang trees and shrubs diri, no. Okay, wetlands. Now, wetlands are piece of lands that is partly covered by water. May it be salt, fresh, or brackish water. Common examples of this type of habitat for terrestrial plants are marshes, ponds, surroundings of a lake or river, and floodplains that are low-lying areas that are frequently flooded with water. So this is also kini mga wetlands, no, they are good for some terrestrial plants, no. So kaya man nila i-supply ang panginahanglan sa usa ka terrestrial plant, no, sa isa ka plant, no. So where they can provide nutrients na kinahanglan sa kana nga plant. Okay, a desert. No, a desert is a habitat characterized by scarce presence of water. Due to little precipitation, most plants in this type of habitat store a lot of water in body parts. Also, only few plants can tolerate this kind of living no condition, leading to minimal vegetation in the area. Okay? So ang desert, do habitat characterized by scarce presence of water because kining desert nung kanang dili ba ang iyang precipitation gamay gid kaayo. So ang suitable diri mabuhi nga plants kining succulent plant, no, kining mga cactus. Okay? So kaya nila mabuhi diha in that kind of area, no, sa diha nga condition nga area. Okay? So mo nang sa ano pod sa sa mga deserto po, so gamay-gamay ra gid ang makakaya gid diha og mo survive nga mga plants. Okay, so key points of plants that live on land are called terrestrial plants or land plants. Terrestrial plants have stem or hard trunk, a cuticle cover on its leaves, and strong roots that anchor the entire plants in the soil. Terrestrial plants vary in forms and sizes. It can be in the form of tree, shrub, herb, vine, mangrove, and succulent plant. No, so mo na siya ang mga form of a terrestrial uh, mga terrestrial plant. No, so terrestrial plants are commonly present in mountains, wetlands, desert, and grassland. So diri na to sila makita kini mga terrestrial plants because not all terrestrial plants can live in on the same on not all terrestrial plants no can live on the same place no, so naiuban nga dili nila kaya diha mabuhi, naiuban pud na kaya nila both no kung asa, but there are also areas nga kung asa napud sila dito but it's about pag-adapt pod nila no, kay dili man tanan terrestrial plants mabuhi siya diri okay, so maybe naiuban nga kaya niya mabuhi, kaya na mo survive, kaya na mo adapt. Okay, so thanks no. So diri abot ta sa question and answer no. A habitat characterized by a scarce presence of water due to little precipitation. Most plants in this type of habitat store a lot of water in body parts. So ang kuana na siya kana nga siya nga habitat for terrestrial plants is the desert no due to little precipitation. So nade nakabutang no due to little precipitation. So gamay ra gid ang precipitation sa diha sa deserto. Okay, these are non-woody plants and are usually cultured for food and medicine use. They are smaller compared to trees and shrubs, so it does not occupy too much space. So, kini siya nga klase nga kuan, kini siya nga klase nga terrestrial plants, no, non-woody plants and also cultured for food and medicine use. So, smaller compared to trees and shrubs, so it does not occupy too much space. So kana siya herb no. So herbs na siya. So non-woody, then cultured for food and medicine use no. So unsa man yung mga klase nga terrestrial pa nang ginagamit sa for medicine. So kining mga herbs. So next, tall plants with a large woody stem called trunk with secondary branches. So okay, so unsa may tawag ana? So tall plants and then a large woody stem no, and then called trunk no, and then secondary branches. So kana siya we call that one as the trees no. So next tayo, so these are specialized terrestrial plants that live in swampy areas in coastlines with marshy or sticky soil. So, specialized terrestrial plants live in swampy areas in coastlines, no? So, okay. So kana siya ginatawag na nato no dito sa mga swampy areas no unsa may mga kaya diha mabuhi nga mga terrestrial plants no ang mga mangroves. Okay. Next, no, plain regions where vegetation is predominantly covered with grasses. So, okay, so nakabutang di ano, plain regions, no, vegetation is predominantly covered with grasses. So, okay, so grasses, no, from the word grasses. Okay, then plain, no, so that's what we call maybe sa may answer na. Okay, tanaw na tong answer na. Kung yes, no, that's grassland. Okay. Okay, common examples of this type of habitat for terrestrial plants are marshes, ponds, surroundings of a lake or a river, and floodplains that are low-lying areas that are frequently flooded with water. So ginatawag na nato sa unsa no, so habitat for terrestrial plants no, like Examples of marshes, ponds, or surroundings of lake and floodplain, no? So and then are frequently flooded with water. So ang tawag na to ana unsa man? So ang kining wetlands. Okay? So next okay, they produce food and store water in their stems which make it fleshly. So no produce food and store water in their stems. So maybe kana siya nga mga kuan no succulent plants na siya no ng mga cactus. Okay, so mo siguro na siya itong mga cactus. So yes, no succulent plants. Okay, your family lives in a small apartment and your mother wants to grow plants in your place. Now, what type of plant should you recommend? So, you are living in a your family namo sa isa ka small apartment, no? Your family lives in a small apartment. Then gusto sa imong mother, your mother wants to grow plants in your place. So, unsa nga klase, no? Unsa nga klase nga what type of plant no should you recommend? So unsa may imong ma-recommend? So based diri sa choices no herb, tree, shrub, a vine. Okay, so ang apartment. So ang herb no very suitable siya for that. Okay, kay pwede man ang herb pwede man nato sa itanom sa mga pot, mga ginagmay nga mga pot. Okay? Then ang tree dili pwede kay you are living in an apartment na kay dagko ba na may oo. Ang shrub po dili pod pwede diha And then ang vine dili pod pwede. So pakatay-katayo nimo dito sa kuan no, dito sa inyong apartment ding for example magtanom ka kalabash or upo. So pakatay-katayo nimo dito sa inyong sa apartment. So dili dili na pwede pod na no. So the best choice diha kining herb no. So tanaw na to kung herb ba gyud. Yes no, ang herb. Okay? Next no, which among of the following is a vine? So calabash, no, yung upo. Plants that live on land are called blank or land plants. So tinatawag na nato siya terrestrial plants, no? So okay, so that's all and thanks for listening and thanks for joining in this in this video, in this session. So thank you so much.